Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do the October wrap up. So I only read 3 books this month, which is kind of sad for me, but it's because I spent a really long time reading one of them. To start off the month, I did a buddy read with my friend Amanda. I'll link her in the description below. We read A Treason of Thorns by Laura Weymouth. This book is about a girl named Violet, and she lives with her family inside this home called Burleigh House. Burleigh House is one of 6 great houses across England. Now, Burleigh House has something special about it. It's a magical house. And Violet has a special bond to the house where she can feel the magic of it coursing through her. Violet's father ends up committing some sort of treason and she gets sent away from the home. Now, Violet's 17 and she has to come back to the home because the magic that the house contains is kind of like wreaking havoc on the countryside around the home and the village. And she needs to come back to the home so that she can help contain that magic and help fix what has gone wrong since she left. I ended up giving this book a 3.5 out of 5 stars. It was entertaining enough to keep me interested. The house was described very well, and all of the interactions that it had magically with other people was explored in very interesting ways. In a sense, the house seemed like a character of itself, so that was really cool. I also really liked one of the side characters in this book. I can't say who they are because if anybody reads it, then that'd be giving it away. But one of the side characters was kind of like, I liked them more than I liked the main character. I found the main character a little selfish and I don't know, she just didn't sit well with me. The book was very thrilling at parts, and there were other parts where I was like, whoa, they went there. So those parts kind of like captured me, and I liked that about the book. It has a historical fiction vibe to go with the fantasy, so if any of you like that, then you would really like this book. It's also great for having a lot of badass female characters, which I was like completely down for. I got this book as an ARC from HarperCollins, so thank you for that, and yeah, overall I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. So my next book was also a buddy read, and this one took me the longest to read because it was up to like 600 pages. I think it's 601 pages, but that was Iron Gold by Pierce Brown. I did this as a buddy read on the Caravan app, so I started a Caravan page, and then we had, I think, 8 or 9 of us that were all buddy reading it together, and then we had a discussion about it. Well, a couple of us discussed about it. I'm not sure if everybody's done yet, so I've been like talking with individual people about it, but yeah, we read this over the whole month of October, and I really liked this book. I have a very strong love for Pierce Brown, so it was really exciting to dive back into this world. At the beginning of the book, it has a glossary of all the characters from the previous series, so that it's kind of easy for you to get reintegrated back into the world of Pierce Brown. So I really liked that, and it also has maps in it too, so you can kind of visualize where everything is. But yeah, this book was really good. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. It was split into multiple perspectives, so you got to see the story from a whole bunch of different factions. So you got to experience the story from a red, a gold, a gray, a blue, a green. Pretty much you get to experience a lot of the different factions. I won't say who those characters are because this that could potentially be a spoiler for anybody that wants to read the previous series. But I will say that the 4 storylines are really fun to follow along with. This book is action-packed. There wasn't really any time throughout reading this book that I got bored of it. I was just I was fully immersed in this world again, and I loved it. The only reason I gave it a 4 out of 5 instead of a 5 out of 5 is because some of the perspectives, as fun as they were, weren't as interesting to me as some of the other ones, and I realized that you do need some different perspectives and different side characters in the story to keep the plot moving. But just when I was reading those perspectives, I was interested, but I would have preferred to be just continually reading 1 or 2 of the perspectives that I was very into. So if that makes sense, that's why it got down a star. Overall, I'm really happy to be back in this world, and I can't wait to read Dark Age, which I have right here thanks to Marcus. Special edition with the snake, which I love. So yeah, I'm pumped to get into this one, but this is huge, so I'm going to get to it eventually, but it's a big one. And the last book I read this month is called Trust by R.A. Hayes. This book was sent to me by an author a while back, and so I finally got around to reading it. I also did a giveaway with this book because I had 2 copies of it. But anyway, this book is hard to explain. The summary on the back of this book is describing that is about a police chief that has to rally people from the town and get them to go to the community center because this certain thing has broken out that has started affecting people and they need to keep everyone safe. And then there's also a lone person that shows up in the village that claims to be somebody that can help them in this situation that they're going through, and so they kind of have to rely on this person to help them. Now, my problem with this book is that the back of the book sets it up to like be about this one person, and this one character is barely in the book, so it really bothered me. Also, it's kind of just really bad. I feel bad for saying that, but it's just, the book is all over the place, and there's like a million grammatical errors. I remember reading one page and finding at least 4 or 5 grammatical errors just on the one page, and that really bothered me. I pushed through because it's not a big book, like it's only 200 pages or so, so I pushed through it, but I honestly felt like I wasted my time. Also very pushy with religion. There's nothing against religion, like I don't have anything against it. It's just when somebody kind of like pushes it on you and makes their opinion like the only way, that's when it's too much for me. Like there are some characters in this book that are just like, no, like you're about to die. What are you gonna do? Are you going to heaven or hell? Make your decision now. And it was just like, things like that really frustrated me. Like I get it. I get that that can be seen as something that is part of religion and how religion can be viewed, that like you have to choose right away, and I get that. But the way this book was forceful with it really just put me off, and there were multiple times that I contemplated just dropping the book and not picking it back up again. So yeah, this one was a 1 out of 5 stars for me, and it's very rare that I give 1 out of 5 stars. I've only done that I think 1 other time, so yeah, I wouldn't suggest picking this up. You still can if you want to, but it wasn't for me. And that's all I read in the month of October because Iron Gold took up all my time. Not that I'm sad about that because it was an awesome book, but yeah, I only read 3 books, which is below my average. But it's also kind of exciting because my average for reading books now is 4 to 5. And before I started doing BookTube and writing my blog, my average was like 2. So I think I've gotten a lot better with like scheduling my books that I'm going to read and actually reading them. If any of you guys have read A Treason of Thorns or Iron Gold, let me know what your comments are down below. I would love to hear them. I'm pretty sure none of you have read Trust, but if you have, I also want to hear your comments and see if our opinions match up on this book. If you want to support me as a creator, I also have a Patreon page, which I'll put down in the description below. And that's it, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I put videos out every Thursday, and until next time, keep on reading.